So, Philippine Electrical Code Part 1 and 2. So, nakikita nyo sa inyong screen. So, Part 1 was 2017. So, ibig sabihin ng 2017, it was published on the year 2017. Yung Part 2 naman was published on 2020. Yan. So, siguro may nakikita kayo sa Shopee na PEC 2020, tapos may PEC 2017. So, yung Part 1 and Part 2 is magkaiba ang kanilang scope. So, when it comes to wirings inside the building, yung Part 1 yung gagamitin natin. Kunyari, mga ilaw sa loob ng building o sa loob ng bahay, yung mga outlet, no? Kahit anong mga electrical devices na ilalagay nyo sa bahay, no? So that will be part of Philippine Electrical Code Part 1. If wirings naman outside the building, so that will now be PEC Part 2 or Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. So yung 2017 until now, yan pa rin yung ginagamit na code or electrical standard code for wirings inside the building. Di yan na bago. Yung Philippine Electrical Code Part 2 na 2020, yan yung standard for wirings. So yan yung standard for wirings inside the building. So that is for Philippine Electrical Code Part 2 na 2020. Okay? So, ang tanong ngayon is, ano yung laman, no, ng dalawa? So, unahin natin yung Part 1. Okay, so Introduction to Philippine Electrical Code Part 1. Okay, so the 2017 edition, PEC Part 1, was prepared by the PEC 1 Committee under the supervision, no, of the Institute of Integrated Electrical Engineers of the Philippines or IIEE. Sila yung gumawa um, ng Philippine Electrical Code. So, yung IIEE is selected expert on the electrical engineering and the new practices sa ating industry, no, sa electrical field, para isali sa PEC 1 committee. So, sila na yung kasama sa PEC 1 committee, sila na yung gumawa ng lahat ng mga standards nasa PEC Part 1. So, it embodies the continuing effort of the committee to integrate the experience gained in the practice of electrical engineering with the provisions of safety for life and property espoused by the code. Kasi talaga namang yung um, reason kung bakit meron tayong Philippine Electrical Code is for safeguarding of life properties from the hazard arising from the use of electricity. Yun yung talaga nakalagay as purpose of the Philippine Electrical Code. So, napagawa ng PEC 2017, so the IIEE continued its effort in ensuring na yung standard, yung safety standards natin are up to date, no? Applicable siya, no, sa ating changing technology. So 2017 yung ating part 1. Okay. So PEC 2017 was a harmonized code. So meaning, yeah, it is, yeah, each part, no, kung bawat parte ng code, no, yung bawat chapter nun is in agreement with each other, no? So the PEC 2017 committee used the NEC 2014 but later adopted the NEC 2017 and the IEC or the International Electrotechnical Commission as reference. No? So if we are wondering paano kinuha yung mga standard, no? Paano na-check na tama yung mga standard. So, yung ating committee for PEC 2017, so they adopted the National Electrical Code 2017 of USA, no? So, itong NEC kasi is 2017 para to sa US. So, kinuha lang yung mga provision standards doon, chinek na kung alin yung applicable sa atin, no, sa ating sa defense seating at yun yung nilagay sa PEC. Kasama din yung standard ng IEC. Yung sa IEC kasi usually that is for European nation, no? No, sa Europe. So, kailangan i-adapt yun. Tapos, yun din ang kanilang sinama sa ating PEC 2017. Okay. So the rules and regulations of PEC are laid out by chapters, articles, parts, and section which contains the requirement for design, installation, use, and maintenance of electrical system. So ang sa PEC, either that is part 1 or part 2. So ang requirement niyan shall be part, no, of the design. No? Kasama siya sa design, kasama din siya sa installation, kasama siya sa use sa paggamit ng mga electrical equipment at maintenance of electrical system. Yan. So ito yung laman ng PEC PEC 2017 Part 1. So meron yang 10 chapters. So if meron sa inyo dito na may copy ng PEC 2017, i-check niyo yan. So talagang 10 chapters yan, no? Tapos may appendices, no? May preface. So i-check niyo mabuti yun, lalo na yung PC niyo is galing sa Shopee, no? Oh, i-check niyo mabuti, no? Because yung PC, yung original PC can be only bought through IIEE, no? Ah, hindi kasi tayo katulad sa US na yung NEC, ng National Electrical Code, can be downloaded online and it is issued free on industries, no? So, sa kanila. Sa atin kasi is for sale yung ating electrical code, no? Katulad din ng National Building Code at yung plumbing code, no? Puro for sale yan. So, doon sa US kasi free because for them, safety is free, no? Sa atin, safety comes with a cost, di ba? Yun. Okay, so we have 10 chapters. So each chapter has their own standards, no, applicable to specific type of installation, no? So first, we have chapter 1, general. So including the definition of terms, yung mga sizes ng drawings, no? Drawing paper, yung requirement for electrical installation, no? So ano yung kailangan i-submit doon sa office of the building official. So that is for chapter 1. Wiring and protection are for yung sa ating yung sa calculations on the sizes of wire, the minimum sizes of wire for certain loads, no? And the minimum sizes of breakers. So kaya nakalagay diyan wiring and protection. Yan. Then we have wiring methods and materials. So dito yung mga approved na types of wire, approved na types of raceway and tubes, you know? So dito yan sa wiring methods and materials. Equipment for general use includes outlet switches, then we have lamp holders, boxes, hanggang doon sa ating electrical equipment, motor, generators, transformers, capacitors, reactors, no? So dito yan sa equipment for general use. And special occupancies are those occupancies na special, no? For example, a gasoline station, no? So that is an special occupancy kasi ano siya, there is a presence of ignitable fluid, no? Na pwede siyang magka-cause ng fire, no? So yan yung special occupancies. Special equipment are those equipment na pwede rin siyang ignitable, no? So yan yung mga special equipment. Special conditions are those conditions that could cause electrical malfunction, electrical hazard, no? Kunyari mag-install ka sa swimming pool or sa isang open pool area, no? That is part of special conditions. Then communication systems, no? So all about communication, no? Yung broadband, fiber optics, CCTV, fire alarm. So nandiyan lang lahat sa communication system. No? So yan yung ano, siguro ito yung rason kung bakit sa last na board exam meron ding questions about communication. Chapter 9 is all about watercraft. So lahat ng mga klase ng barko. Lahat ng mga wiring, electrical wiring na nasa barko covered lahat ng chapter 9. No? And chapter 10 are all the tables, no? Lahat ng mga tables, yung mga sizes ng wire, ilang wire ang pwedeng magkasya sa certain size ng tubo, yung mga voltage drop, yung mga resistance, no, per length ng wire. So nandito yung lahat sa chapter 10. So chapter 9, no, compared to the last PEC, so that is PEC 2009, no. So if you think, no, isipin natin. So 2017, no, yung ating latest na PEC. But before that, 2009. So ganyan ka taas ang span ng time, no, para makagawa tayo ng panibagong edition ng PEC. No? So yung chapter 9 ngayon, that is volume 2 dati sa PEC 2009. So if may copy kayo ng PEC 2009 na PDF, no? Yan yung ah, ka- talagang mata-download nyo ngayon sa ano internet. So walang watercraft, no? Doon. Kasi part 1 yung volume 1 yung palagi na-download sa internet, no? Walang watercraft, no? So kasi volume 2 yan dati. Tapos yung chapter 10 naman, so yan yung tables sa PEC 2009. So yan yung pinagkaiba nilang dalawa, ang PEC 2009 at PEC 2017. Okay, so the Philippine Electrical Code is used nationally as basis for safeguarding persons, buildings, and its contents from the hazards that may arise from the use of electricity. So for part 1, so nakalagay dito safeguarding persons, buildings, and its contents. Ibig sabihin, sa loob, no? Kasi buildings and its contents. So yung part 1 is all installations electrical installations involving na nasa loob ng building. So the code contains provisions which are considered necessary for safety and thus is used as basis for legal enforcement in the installation electrical system design. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Okay. So yung code, no, it contains standards and provisions na necessary. Ang ibang term na necessary sa ibang mga ano is adequate. So tama para ma-ensure yung safety. So if in case hindi natin sundin yung standard na nasa loob ng code na Philippine Electrical Code, so mangyayari yung ating gawa will be unsafe. At kapag nangyari yan, unsafe yung gawa natin, may nadisgrasya, so the standard na nasa loob ng code will be considered as legal basis. Ang sabihin ng legal basis, pwede siyang gamitin as evidence sa court na ito yung standard, hindi natin sinunod, din pwede tayong makasuhan. So kaya siya legal basis, no, for legal enforcement. So ang talagang pinakaano nito, buod nito is pwede tayong makulong dahil sa Philippine Electrical Code. For example, sinabi na yung wire na gagamitin as per code, yung minimum wire is number 12 or number 14 na, no? Number 14 or 2.0 square mm. So that is for lighting installation. So yan yung minimum. Tapos, nag-wiring ka, ginamit mo is 1.25 or number 16. Tapos kinabukasan nasunog. Ang tanong ngayon, makukulong ka ba? Ang sagot is yes, no? Kasi hindi mo sinunod yung standard, no? Na ang minimum is 2.0. Ang ginamit mo 1.25. Kahit pa sabihin mo na kaya naman, no? Kaya naman yung number 16 na makere yung current ng ganito nga ilaw, no? Kaya, no? But Ang sinabi sa Philippine Electrical Code, the minimum is 2.0. No? So, ano yan? Chapter 2 yan. No? So, chapter 2 wiring and protection. So, gagamitin is 2.0. Ginamit 1.25. So, if sinabi ng BFP, ng Bureau of Fire na faulty electrical wiring, tapos pag-investigate, undersize lahat ng wire, so yun. So, pwede kang makasuhan, no? So, as electrician, pwede kang makasuhan. As a licensed practitioner, pwede ka ring makasuhan, no? For, sa mga license, ang tawag dyan is malpractice, no? So, may ano yan, may karampatang kulong yan at multa, no? So, kahit yung ating Philippine Ethical Code is tingin natin is parang ano na siya, parang Bible, pero yung bawat code niyan are enforceable by law. So pwede tayong makulong using the Philippine Electrical Code. Okay. So ito, no? So ito yung kadalasan ng format ng ating review. So after some discussion, meron tayong mga follow-up questions, no? So galing sa ating mga previous slide. Now for this one, gagawin nyo lang is to chat the letter of your answer on our chat box, no? Siguro mga 1 minute to answer. So who prepared the 2017 edition of the PEC Part 1? So kanina, na-discuss ko to kanina. So is it the IIEE, the PEC Code 1 Committee, the Institute of Electrical Engineers of the Philippines, or the Electrical Engineering Safety Committee? So if alam niyo yung sagot, or kahit hindi nyo lang alam, no, just tsambahan lang. So just write your answer on our chat box. Okay. Yan. Tingnan ko kung may nakaalala ba kanina. Yan. So, wag po kayong mahiyang magkamali. Kasi mas mabuti na dito kayo magkamali sa review kaysa board exam kayo magkamali. Yan lang yung laging isipin nyo, no? So, pag sa review kayo nagkamali ng sagot, at least sa review, no? Kasi kapag doon kayo nagkamali sa exam, ibang ano na yon. Okay. So the correct answer for this one, mayroon ba, nalagyan ko ba ito ng animation? Ay, di yata. Balik lang natin. So the correct answer for this one, so almost all of you said that it is IIEE, no? So balikan natin yung slide na to, no? Saan ba ito? Sa unang slide yata. Stop it. Yan. Ay, di pala. Okay. So, nakalagay dito, the PEC Part 1, 2017 was prepared, no, by the PEC-1 committee. Ang ginawa lang ng IIEE, they are the ausposes or they are the supervisory. So sila yung, kung ano pa yan, diba, kung nasa site tayo, if you are the electrician, kayo talaga yung gumagawa. Yung license, sila lang yung supervisor. So anong ginagawa ng supervisor? Nag-uutos lang yung supervisor, no? So ito din nangyari. Yung mismong gumawa is the PEC 1 committee. Tapos, yung IIEE is nagsabi lang na gawin nyo yan. So, ang tamang sagot for this one is, question natin kanina, is letter B. No? The PEC 1 committee. Yan. So, letter B po yung tamang sagot. So, lagyan natin dito ng mark, no? Para pag print ito as PDF, no? Kita nyo. Okay. Next. So which chapter of the PEC 2017 Part 1 covers the guideline for various communication system? So communication. Ano yung chapter na for communication na PEC Part 1? So chapter 3, 6, 8, or 10? Yun. So may nag-answer na ng C. Okay. So the correct answer is letter C, no? Chapter 8, no? Communication system. Okay. Next. In which chapter of the PEC 2017 Part 1 you will find information about wiring and protection of electrical installation? So anong part ng PEC Part 1 yung tungkol sa wiring and protection? Okay? So nag-answer po ng A. Yan, no? Kadalasan yung is A. Di naman ang talagang tamang sagot is letter A. Yan. Okay. Next. What does Chapter 9 of the PEC 2017 Part 1 focus on? Ano daw yung focus ng PEC Part 1 na Chapter 9? Yan. Okay. So the correct answer, no? Tama. Halos lahat sa'yo tama na naman. No? So may tama talaga kayo. The correct answer is letter D. Yan. Okay. Next. Which chapter of the PEC 2017 Part 1 deals with special equipment and used in electrical installations? Alin dyan, no? Okay. So for special equipment, tignan ko nga kung ano yung sagot nyo. Yan, no? For special equipment, the correct answer is chapter 6, no? Yan. Okay, next question. So where can you find general information and principles on PEC Part 1? So anong chapter? Yung general information and principles. Okay, so the correct answer, no, general information and principles. So that will be letter A, chapter 1. Okay. Next, which chapter of the Philippine Codes includes tables related to electrical installations? Tables. So sa lahat ng question, ito yung pinakamadali. Yan. Okay, so the correct answer is letter D, no? Chapter 10. Okay, so next. So what is the main purpose of using the Philippine Electrical Code nationally? So alin dito yung pinaka purpose ng Philippine Electrical Code. Okay, so the correct answer for this one is letter Doon, kadalasan sa inyo ang answer is letter B. But the correct answer kung bakit pala tayo may electrical code is for safety purposes to safeguard persons, buildings, and its content from the hazard of electricity. So yun, no? Letter C. Okay? Next. What does the provisions in the electrical code primarily focuses on? So, parang related dito sa question kanina. Okay, so ano yung answer niyo dito? Yan. Okay. So the correct answer is letter C, no? Letter C yung tamang sagot. Ensuring safety in electrical installations. Next. Ito yung last na question natin. How is the Philippine Electrical Code used in terms of legal enforcement? Alin dyan? So, kung titingnan niyo yung choices, lahat tama, no? Pero may pinakaisa dyan yung pinakatama. So, yan yung kadalasan sa board. Lalo na pag ganitong mga questions, no? Involving reasons, no? Bakit merong ganyan? Ano yung purpose nito? So, talagang makakalapit yung choices dyan. So, i-ano nyo kung alin yung pinakatama at yun yung magiging tama. Kaya magiging tama ka. Yan, may tama ka. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, no? So, as we all know, no, we use the Philippine Electrical Code as basis for approving electrical design. 'Di ba? Yung mga PEE or yung mga electrical engineer, if they are making electrical plan, ang basis nila sa mga sizes sa wire, sizes ng breaker is Philippine Electrical Code. Pagkapunta niya doon sa building official, yung plano, basis din nung electrical engineer doon sa building office or city building office or municipality building office, no? Ang basis nila is also the Philippine Electrical Code. So kapag yung plano is ano nag-follow siya sa provisions ng Philippine Electrical Code, so they will approve the plan. Kapag hindi naman, so they will disapprove. Tapos hindi mai-issuehan ng building permit or electrical permit yung project na nagpapa-approve ng plano. Yan. So kaya isa sa legal enforcement, pwedeng gamitin yung Philippine Electrical Code as basis for approving electrical system design. So kaya kunyari pag sinabi ng electrical engineer, bakit hindi mo in-approve yung plano ko? Sabi niya sa building official. Bakit hindi mo in-approve? Sabi ng building official, tingnan mo sa PEC, meron kang ginawa doon na wala sa PEC. So hindi ko pwedeng i-approve yung plano mo. Yeah. Okay? Next. So we now go to PEC Part 2. So, ulitin ko yung Part 1 sa loob ng building. Lahat ng tubo, wire, outlet, switches, breaker, no? Boxes, utility, junction boxes, pole boxes, lahat ng mga installation, no? Na related sa electrical sa loob ng building. Yan yung PEC Part 1. No? Na-establish 2017 edition, no? Yung pinaka-latest. At yan yung sinusunod. Yung PEC Part 2 are installations outside the building. Pagkalabas ng service drop mo, pag nag-connect na yan doon sa poste ng iyong DIO, ng distribution company, Meralco, Saneco, Beco, kung ano mang tawag sa konyo dyan sa lugar nyo, pagka-connect din sa poste nila, that that is now part of the PEC Part 2. Yan. No? So, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin yung mga standard na nasa Part 1 pag nandun ka na sa poste. Part 2 na yung gagamitin. Okay. So, unahin natin, no? The purpose of PEC Part 2 is the practical safeguarding of person, utility facilities, and affected property during the installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical supply and communication facilities under specified conditions. So, dito nakalagay, safeguarding of persons. Utility facilities. Ano yung utility facilities? Yung mga ginagamit ng yung DU to supply electricity. Yung poste, yung transformer, yung mga bawat part ng poste, yung cross arm. So that is part of the PEC Part 2. No? Kung paano yan ikakabit, kung ano yung standard dyan, nasa PEC Part 2 yan. Then, affected property. Kunyari, yung poste, no? Itatayo siya sa isang private property. So, meron niyang standard na nasa PEC Part 2. And the PEC Part 2 contains the basic provisions under specified conditions that are considered necessary for the safeguarding of the public. No? So, yung mga tao na gagamit. Utility workers, yung mga lineman. No? Kailang mga lineman, no? Mga foreman, substation tender, no? So, kung sino sa ito yung natatrabaho sa mga utility company, so yung PEC Part 2, no? So you are covered of the standard sa PEC Part 2. Then utility facilities, no? So sabi ko na transformer, mga poste, cross arm, pati yung bolt na ilalagay sa poste, meron yan sa PEC Part 2. Then electrical supply and communication equipment connected to utility facilities, no? So yung mga control equipment, no? Communication equipment. So kunyari si PLDT naglagay ng tawag doon box, no? Sa poste ng Meralco. So meron yang provisions nandoon, no? Kung paano i-consider niya kung installation is safe or not, no? So yan yung electrical supply like communication equipment, no? Connected to utility facilities. Kunyari, ah yung sa cable TV, no? So meron yang provisions sa PEC. Kasi yung mga wire niyan, yung mga wire sa fiber, yung sa mga cable TV, or yung mga tawag mga CCTV ng mga LGU, doon yan kasi ikakabit either sa poste ng DU or sa street light. So meron yang provisions para ma-ensure na una yung magkakabit doon is hindi bigla na lang mangisay kasi makuryente. Tapos, yun namang ikakabit is hindi siya sobrang lapit doon sa mga high voltage wires, no? Na pwedeng makakos ng accident. So, yan yung isa sa mga um, safeguarding ng PEC Part 2. Then, other facilities or premises adjacent to or containing utility facilities. Yung mga substation, no? So, gaano dapat kalayo yung fencing or yung fence ng ating substation. So, that is for uh, the provisions for PEC Part 2. Okay, so PEC Part 2 rules are intended to provide standard of safe practices for utility companies and public and private utilities, utility commissions, or other boards or bodies having control over safe practices employed in the design, installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical supply, communication, street and area lighting, signal, or railroad utility facilities. Yun. So, lahat ng mga nasa labas na installation na including yung mga communication system, yung street light, yung mga CCTV, lahat na yan covered niya ng PEC Part 2. Yung code nito, yung PEC Part 2 is not intended as a design specification or an instruction manual. Ibig sabihin, ito. So, hindi pwede na if gagawa ka ng design or yung kaya yung electrical engineer is may gagawin siya na design, hindi pwede na kanyang ilalagay doon sa kanyang design consult PEC Part 2. So, hindi yan pwede. O kung example, merong magsusupply ng transformer sa isang utility company. So, hindi pwede na ang ang kanyang ilalagay sa kanyang instruction manual is consult PEC Part 2. So, ito yung ibig sabihin ng letter D. So, yung PEC Part 2, pwede siyang gamitin as reference for electrical design. No? Kung paano i-install yung mga high voltage lines or as a reference sa mga instruction manual ng mga transformer, ng mga capacitors, ng mga reactors. So yan. So hindi siya pwede gamitin as a design specification. Pwede na siya gamitin as reference. So ito, no, para klaruhin natin, so ito galing to sa PEC Part 2. So ito yung utility electric supply system. So ito yung poste. Ito yung service drop mo. So if in case, no, ito yung service point. So ibig sabihin, dito, ito yung out ng metro mo, no? So pagka-out ng wire, yung wire na nasa labas ng metro or nasa load side ng metro mo, yan ang yung covered ng PEC Part 1 papunta sa loob ng bahay. So ang tawag dyan is premises wiring. Yan. Yung line side ng metro papunta sa poste, yan yung PEC Part 2. So yan yung utility wiring. No? Ang tanong ngayon, sino yung may-ari, sino yung saan covered yung metro? Siyempre, yung metro, sino yung naglagay? Yung utility. So, yung metro kasama na yan sa covered, no, ng PEC Part 2. Yan. So, klaro, no? So, ito yung ano natin, yung ating tawag doon, yung ating ah, tatandaan, no? Yung service point or serving point, yan yung boundary. So, kapag galing sa serving point papunta sa building, cover na yan ng PEC 1. Ang tawag dyan, premises wiring. Mula sa serving point, papunta dun sa ating poste, ang tawag dyan is utility wiring that is now covered by PEC Part 2. Yan. Klaro. Okay. So, PEC covered supply and communication equipment na facilities, na including metering and including the associated practice, no? Employed practice, no? Yung pag yung paghuhukay para sa poste, no? Lahat ng yan covered yon. Then it also covered the generation and transmission of electricity, no? Kasama din dito yung utility facilities and functions of facilities. Generator, yung transformer, no? Kasama yan sa PEC Part 2. And also the street lighting, no? Yung ating mga street lights is covered by the PEC Part 2. Ang dati, no? if yung hindi pa talaga na-establish yung PEC Part 2, yung ating code na sinusunod is the Philippine Grade Code. This is for the NGCP, papunta doon sa ating generating plant. Tapos, sa mga utility company naman, yung Meralco, Saneco, Veco, Poco, no? Ang sinusunod is the Philippine Distribution Code. No? So, ang ginawa ng PC Part 2, pinagsama itong dalawa at isinama dito sa PC Part 2 na provisions. Of course, itong Philippine Grid Code, ito pa rin yung sinusunod ng GCP. Yung Philippine Distribution Code naman is sinusunod ng utility company. Yung lahat ng standard nila nasa loob niya ng PEC Part 2. Sino yung uh, dapat sumunod ito? Silang dalawa, yung GCP at yung utility company, tapos yung mga private practicing na mga electrician, yung mga lineman na private, yung mga company na may nag-i-install ng mga high voltage installation. So ito yung susunod, PEC Part 2. Okay, so kasama din ang utility facilities on line side ng service point. No? Ito, wiring, no? Sa mga underground facilities. And yung mga facilities, no, which are maintained and controlled by the utility companies. So ito yung mga substation. No? Yung mga wiring doon, so covered yun ng PEC Part 2. A similar system to those listed above that are under the exclusive control of a qualified person and authorized by regulating or controlling body, including the associated with industrial complex or utility interactive system. Yeah. So PEC does not cover the following. No? So yung mga wiring is beyond the utility service point to buildings or outdoor installation. Kunyari, sa building, mayroong mga landscaping. Tapos landscaping kasama yung street light. So, yung basically, yung landscaping and yung street light, kasama yan sa premises wiring ng building. So, if kasama siya sa premises wiring, so hindi na siya kasama doon sa cover ng PEC Part 2 because that is for PEC Part 1, yung premises wiring. Tapos yung mga underground mine wiring or in ships, railway rolling equipment, aircraft, or automotive equipment. Kasi yung sa mine wiring, no, that is covered by PEC Part 1, no? Pati yung mga sa ship or sa watercraft. Yung railway naman, yung train, hindi yan kasama sa PEC Part 1. Yung eroplano, hindi din. So automatic yung Part 2, hindi niya kasama yung eroplano, pati yung mga sasakyan. No? So both PEC Part 1 and Part 2 does not cover train, airplanes, and cars or any automotive equipment. Okay. Then luminaires not installed or maintained under exclusive control by utilities. So yung mga ilaw na hindi sakop ng mga utility company. Then we have industrial complex or utility indirect system that are not controlled under utility or qualified persons. Yan. Okay, yung mga mga exclusive economic zone, no? Na hindi siya under exclusive na maintenance ng DO. So hindi kasama, pwede siya i-cover ng PEC Part 2. Okay, so types of requirement dito sa ating Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. So we have the roles that specify. So yung loading and factors related to the required strength of utility poles. Yun. Yung mga support sa ating poste. Yung clearances, no, between adjacent facilities or the same facilities or the public and private facilities, no. So yung clearance between yung fence ng isang bahay at yung poste. So nandiyan yan sa PEC Part 2. Pati din yung grounding, no. Then other requirement related to safeguarding of persons and facilities, including associated safe work practices. No? Okay, next. So, yan. So, utilities operating under PEC Part 2 are required to maintain control over the system up to the service point to assure that the system is engineered to meet requirements and expected conditions, and the personnel installing the system are qualified to do so. So, kunyari, yung Meralco, so sila yung magmi-maintain hanggang doon sa metro, no? So, yan yung sinasabi ng PEC Part 2. So, that is to ensure na talagang tama na na-maintain yun, no? At yung gumagawa is qualified. Yan. Then we have here the general rules. Yan, general rules. So all electrical supply and communication lines and equipment shall be designed, constructed, operated, and maintained to meet the requirements of these rules. So the utility, authorized contractors or other entities as applicable performing design, construction, or maintenance tasks for electrical supply or communication lines, equipment covered by the code shall be responsible for meeting the applicable requirements. So kung sino man yung namamahala sa mga contractor, sino man yung lead man, foreman, ng mga lineman, no, na mag-i-install, so they are the one responsible to ensure that all installations are in accordance with the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. Okay. So if we have new installations or extensions, so the rules for new installations and extensions except na ma-waive siya ng ano ng mismong government agency, no, shall be provided in these ways, no. So dapat merong alternative work methods. Tapos yung construction shall be those that will be used by, so dapat merong qualified supervision, no. So dapat yung mag-i-install is qualified. Then the equivalent safety is provided. And on joint use facilities, all affected users are modified in a timely manner. For existing, no, installation, no, yung mga installation na mayroon na, so we have here na dapat they must meet, no, the requirements for the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. If they not currently meet, so dapat i-modify sila to meet the requirements. So kunyari, meron ng mga poste, no, mga lumang poste. Tapos nung time na install yun, wala pang PEC Part 2. No? So yung may PEC Part 2, i-check if those installed posts are within the standard of Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. If nakasunod naman, then as is. If not, then they must be modified to meet the requirements. Okay, so inspection. So dapat um, the Philippine Electrical Code shall be used, no, as part of the inspection checklist, no, if mayroong mga ginagawa na dapat i-inspect kasama yung provisions for Philippine Electrical Code Part 2 as part, no, of the checklist. In waiver, so the person responsible for installation may waive, no, the temporarily ang pagsunod niya sa Philippine Electrical Code provided that the reason is valid. Okay. So for emergency installation, yung mga installation na nagdian, kunyari, nangyari doon sa Yolanda, no? So Philippine Electrical Code Part 2 will allow that one. So mayroong mga provisions in Article 3 and Chapter 4 na para dyan. Then you can also have temporary overhead installation. So again, for emergency, so ina-allow yan ng Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. Tulad ng Part 1, no? Ina-allow din yung temporary installation. But in the sense that it is temporary, so it must be removed, no? As soon as nakagawa na ng permanent installation, no? For the purpose of yung paglalagay ng power or supply. Okay? So yung mga wordings sa Philippine Electrical Code Part 2, we have here the shall, should, and the exception. Yung shall, mandatory. Yung should naman is conditional. No? Wherein under specific conditions, susundin siya, but in other conditions, pwede siya hindi sundin. So, when yung mga footnotes, so footnotes are explanations on certain provisions. Kunyari, may term sa provision na hindi natin maintindihan, so nandun sa baba may footnote to explain what type of term o anong klaseng bagay yung sinasabi doon sa provision. When you say exception, so hindi pwede siya na hindi sundin. No? Exception to the rule. Yan. Then you have also recommendation. So meaning that the provision is recommended to be followed but not mandatory. No? So, pwede siya sundin, pwede din hindi, pero mas maganda na sundin. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng recommendation. Note or example are just explanatory. No? Ini-explain lang, no? Kung para saan yun. Tapos naglalagay ng example. Recommendation, exception, and note applies to all texts, no? On the provisions na makikita sa Philippine Electrical Code Part 2, no? So kapag shall, mandatory. Kapag kapag should, that is provisionary, pwede sundin, pwede hindi. Kapag footnote, that is to explain, no, certain terms. Kapag exception naman, so hindi sundin, no? Exempted to the rule. Kapag recommendation, pwede hindi sundin, pero mas maganda na sundin. Yan. Kapag note naman, example, so information, no? To add more explanation dun sa provision. Okay. Authority, no? So the code has been approved by the Board of Electrical Engineering of the PRC. No? Then by virtue vested under the RA 720, so the BEE hereby directs strict adherence to the provision of the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. Yan. Then where deviation from this provision may be necessary, such deviation shall not be except, no, with written permission from the code. No, for example, may time na yung mismong code is mag-divert tayo, hindi natin sundin. So we could do that one as long as we have the written permission, no, na galing mismo sa PEE. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng ng written exemption. Yan. Okay. Then we have enforcement. So it is mandatory. No, the code is mandatory in all electrical installations under buildings. No, so walang exempted. Lahat ay susundin yung PEC Part 2 if your installations is outside building or kasama na sa utility wiring. Then interpretation, no, if in case meron tayong hindi maintindihan sa provision ng PEC Part 2, no? So ang pwedeng mag-interpret niyan or mag-clear out, no, ng lahat ng mga hindi natin maintindihan, hindi klaro, shall be the Board of Electrical Engineering or yung BEE. So under the recommendation of the Code Committee, yung gumawa mismo ng PEC Part 2. Okay. So the effectivity date of this electrical code, no, shall be 180 days, no, after na magawa to. So if in case after 180 days may namang installations sa mga sa mga utility companies, so dapat they are mandatory to follow the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. And all installations shall not be approved if hindi siya within the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2. Yan. Next is the measurements. So ano yung measurements for Philippine Electrical Code? No? So yung pina-follow natin na measurements, same dun sa Part 1, no, is the SI system. So the lengths and distances are in kilometer and meter or millimeter. So yung mga unit for force naman, in Newton, ang pressure is in Pascal. So for practical purposes, lengths less than a meter are in mm. Kapag ang length sa Philippine Electrical Part 2 is nilalagpas ng 1 meter, ang ilalagay doon is mm. For length less than 1 kilometer, ang gagamitin ng unit is meters. Yan. So the dimension of physical items referenced in this code, such as wires and ground rods, are nominal values. So what do you mean by nominal values? So those are the acceptable sizes, no, as per industry, no? Kasi basta natin 2.0 square mm, so that is the nominal. Kasi nakadepende din yan sa thickness ng insulation. Yan. So merong 2.0 medyo mas malaki ng konti sa 2.0. But as long as it is declared or labeled by the manufacturing company as 2.0 square mm, so that is 2.0 square mm as per the nominal value. Then the values stated in this code ensure that intended levels of safety are provided. So kaya nakalagay talaga yung mga units at yung mga values para ma-ensure yung safety. Okay, so now, ano naman tayo? Question na naman tayo, no? So I hope medyo mataas-taas yung ating discussion kanina for PC Part 2. So I hope you could still recall that one kung ano-ano yung mga ano doon na-discuss natin, no? Okay, so start with question number 1. No? So ganun pala yun, just put your answer on our Google Meet chat. Number 1. Yan. In the context of electrical supply and connection facility, what is the primary purpose of PEC Part 2? You could put your answer on our chat box. Okay, so the correct answer is letter D. No? Tingin ko tama kayo lahat, no? Ang answer. Okay, next. Why are the dimensions and physical items referenced in this code, so meaning the PC Part 2, such as wires and ground rods considered nominal values? So, alin dito? Sa tingin dito yung tamang sagot. So, bakit nominal values ang ginagamit? Okay, so correct answer is that is to facilitate convenient designation. Tulad ng kanina sinabi ko, no? Pag sinabing 2.0 may 2.1 to 2.5, no? So to facilitate, no, mas mabilis na yan 2.1 tapos patatanong pa to wala namang 2.1 sa code. So ginawa na is the nominal duration. So as long as nakalapel na 2.0, so that is 2.0 as per manufacturer's recommendation or labeling ng manufacturer. Okay. So what is the unit for force in the SI system which is used on the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2? Force, no? Force pala yung ano. So alin dito? Okay. The correct answer is letter letter C, no? Newton force. Okay, next. According to the code for practical purposes, length less than a meter are expressed in which unit? Yung mga doon, mga length na less than 1 meter. So ano dapat yung unit? Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, no? So, mm. Yan. Okay, next. According to the information provided or to the code, who has the authority to approve and adapt the Philippine Ethical Code? Sino yung pwedeng mag-approve, mag-adapt ng Philippine Ethical Code? Yan. So the correct answer is letter B. So the Board of Electrical Engineering. Okay. Next, under what circumstances can the rules for new installation be waived and modified? No? And what is the condition for such action? So, isa pa lang technique sa mga ganito na questions, yung parang may choices, may explanation, no? If mas mahaba yung choices, so 80% of the time, yun yung tamang sagot. Yan. So, isa yan sa mga technique when it comes to multiple choice question. Ang mas mahaba na choices, o mas mahaba na choice, yan yung tamang sagot. Especially yung question is parang kailangan mo mag-explain. So, katulad nito. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, no? Letter C yung tamang sagot. Okay, next. Who is the primarily responsible for enforcing and approving equipment and materials in accordance with this code, yung PEC Part 2. So, sino dapat yung mag-enforce at mag-approve ng equipment and materials? Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, no? Government bodies with legal jurisdiction. So, the government body na may legal jurisdiction when it comes to the utility companies, no, is the ERC or the Energy Regulatory Commission. No? Okay, next. In the context of existing installation compliance with the different edition of the Philippine Electrical Code Part 2, what is the condition under which an existing installation is not required to comply with any previous edition? Okay, so alin dyan na, yung if existing siya, pwede na siya hindi baguhin. So ano yung condition dapat? Okay, so the correct answer is letter A, if it meets the current edition's rules after alterations. Okay, then next, may next question. Yan. What does the PEC Part 2 primarily cover terms of electrical and utility system? So, pwede nyo gamitin yung technique na sinabi ko kanina. Okay. The correct answer is letter yan, C, yung pinakamahaba na choice. Letter C. Next. Yan. So that will be